You are the hype queen. What
Mhm.
does that title mean to you beyond just getting the crowd loud and getting them feeling good?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think just for those that are like, what is a hype queen? How does she be able to wear that crown? Let me
Hmm.
tell you. So I'm the host and the MC. So I'm the voice, I am the energy. What that means is I am practically an ambassador for the team. I call myself the walking mascot. Okay. I'm in the stands with you. Even when you're chewing on your popcorn, I might ask, can I just taste it just to make sure that it's right? Because when you're in Ball Hollow, we want to make sure that everything is good. But I'm one with the team. I feel like I'm a part of the team. I'm the sixth man, along with all the audience, all the people that come out, all our fans, people that don't know they're a fan until they walk into Valhalla and then they're coming back again. So I'm just a
Hmm.
part of that energy. And I love the job and the title. And I'm the first to ever do it for this team. So
Yeah.
that's a lot on my shoulders too, because a lot of people they don't know what to expect. But after maybe seeing this, they'll know what to expect, and hopefully, I'll get a new seat, new person in the seat after
There
that.
you go. And it's not going to be hard to get people in the seat because,
No,
like I said, you guys are winning. You all are doing well. But you talked about, there was a word that you said about pressure. Do you feel pressure behind being part of the energy that you bring each and every night?
there's a little bit of pressure, but not so much. One of the things that I would have to say that's really cool about the Valkyries is this is our fourth time, our fourth home game that we've sold out. Let me just say it like that. So the pressure of trying to get people in, that's
Mhm.
not, I don't have to worry about that. It's just when the team, let's say the team is down before the third quarter, how
Mhm.
do I continue to keep that energy and keeping everybody engaged and having a good time no matter what? And I think that that also speaks volumes about the Bay Area. The Bay Area loves to come and have a good time and have a party. And
For
this
sure.
fanship has been waiting for a W team for people to be able to show that they love women's sports. So for me, the half the pressure's already gone. First of all, I'm a female.
Mhm.
Let's start there. Second of all, I got the energy. And third, this is not my first time working with the W. I actually worked with the W 4 seasons before that, but this is my first time with the Valkyries. So I just feel like if it's any pressure, it's really just making sure that this isn't just like a one-time thing, that we continue the
Mhm.
support behind our team. And you know what? The athletes feel it too. They always say they look up for the sixth man, which is us, which is the fans. So if we can continue to do that, I barely feel any pressure, but that's
Love
probably
it.
what it is.
I love it. I love it. And because you're in a unique area, you're in the Bay Area. Granted, you all are on the other side of the bridge. How do you stay connected to the culture of the Bay while keeping things fresh, keeping things inclusive for all the fans that are coming in? Because the Bay Area is very expanded, it's very
Absolutely.
diverse, it's very there's a lot of personalities. So how do you
Absolutely.
stay connected to the culture?
I think number one is where the team is actually, where their practice facility is. It's in Oakland. So shout out to Oakland. Let's just start there. I know that we play in San Francisco, but we really do reach out to our Oakland demographics, like Oaklandish. We're all with it. So that's one. Two, we actually do something in game. So if you haven't been to a game, Chris, I know you said you have, but we need to get you to more games. But one part of the game that's really exciting is an opportunity where I get to shout out all the different parts of the Bay. I'm shouting out North Bay, I'm shouting out East Bay, I'm shouting out Oakland, Peninsula. It's an opportunity right before the fourth where we really see who's in the building, but also give homage to like, it's not just San Francisco, baby. It's all of us that makes Valhalla. I might try something different and shout out Sacramento because I know there's some people from Sacramento that's coming. So I might need to change that. That might be something, really reach out because this team has really made a dynamic splash that people have just been waiting for. And so I think that's how we do it. And also, too, in the music. Our DJs know exactly what
Mhm.
to play, how to play it. I sometimes forget that I'm working. When I'm at the DJ booth, like shout out to our two DJs. They are
Mhm.
amazing. DJ Lady Ryan, of course, DJ Shellheart. when we're together, it's like a party. So if you're ready to have a good time and party, that's what you're gonna get at Valhalla.
I'm glad that you said that because I was going to ask, what is the environment like um, at a Valkyries game, and how do you all? What can fans expect when they come to a game?
Well, one, you can expect that anytime, whether it's your fourth game or it's your very first game, you're going to be a part of making history. And I think
Yes.
that right there, not any other team can really say right now. We're making history every single time our team takes the court. Every single time there's a new shot. Like Kayla Thornton, shout out to her. She was the first one to make the first basket. But let's be real, this is not her first time in the league. So she's
Right.
made multiple shots, but that was her first time for this team. So
Right.
what fans can expect is, yeah, you can go to any game and support any W team. But when you're here at the Valkyries, you're coming into Valhalla, you're making history.
I can.
And there's so many different milestones that we're hitting. The energy is amazing. We're very exclusive and inclusive for all. I think that's what's really cool. A lot of people don't even know this. A lot of people may think that majority of our fans that are coming are just brought over from the Warriors. Shout out to our male team, the Warriors. But
Mhm.
really, that's only 5%
Wow.
of those that are coming. So these are new fans coming in, fans from all over that want to see, that want to be a part of it, that want to be supportive of women's sports. So if that sounds cool to you, if that's like a vibe you want to be a part of, you want to party, you want to support, you want to have your voice known, come. Also, if you want to dress up, okay, our fans. I love that we are the Valkyries, which is a woman warrior, right? So we
Mhm.
get the opportunity to wear our crowns differently, but it's like our battle shield. So we got like fans that'll come in their helmets, in capes, in half makeup, like half, like I'm telling you, they come
They are tapped
ready
in.
in their sequence. So if that's something you're looking forward to, then that's what you're going to expect when coming to a game.
You know what? It sounds like you all have somewhat of a football type environment, a football stadium type feel. Is that
Yeah.
what you gather?
I think so, yeah, because again, we are literally selling out at 18,000 plus fans.
Sure.
So, in the past, if you think about the there wasn't a lot of support for the
Right.
WNBA. And now we're on a high trajectory. And I mean, shout out to the Valkyries right now, because what we're doing is something that hasn't really been done unless there's a player or two that fans are trying to come see. But people didn't know what to expect, and they still came. We get standing ovations. It's 18,000 plus fans, and that energy is just continuous, and it's infectious too. So it does remind me a little bit of football because we got our chants too.
Hmm.
Okay, Chris, I need to make sure you know how to do the chant. We go GSV. Let me hear it, Chris.
GSV.
Okay, let's go Valkyries. The
That one
B.
don't hit the same. Let's go Valkyrie. Yeah, that one don't hit the same.
Yep, yep. It depends. You got to be in it. We got to do our claps. The songs got to be behind us, but we got all these chants and everything. So the fans know what to do.
Let me ask you this. Speaking about the fans, so
Hmm.
far this season, can you recall one of your favorite fan interactions?
Wow. Um, well, that's what's really cool is I try my best to make sure I get to touch each fan wherever I'm at. Like, and what I
Mhm.
mean by that is through energy, conversation, seeing how they're feeling at the game. I just met a 97-year-old fan.
Wow.
Okay. 97. And this 97-year-old fan wasn't sitting and just like he had his arms up. He was clapping. He had on his Valkyries violet. He was ready to go. But what was really cool was he sought out to try to meet me. This was not a moment in our normal programming. I was just walking through. I always do a vibe check with the fans. Like anytime I get
Mhm.
a chance, I want to do a vibe check. How you
Gotta
doing?
do
I'm
a
going
vibe check.
around high-fiving. I want to see what you're rocking. Hey, let's not give up. I know we're down in the third. Like, let's go. Keep the energy. Like, I'm running around in my heels, by the way, in my sparkles, and making sure that everybody is ready. And so I think the really coolest interaction would be the 97-year-old fan. And then there's also a boy that comes every single game to make sure he says hi before the game starts off. So, it just ranges with different people. It's not one age, one size fits all. It's everybody. So
I love
that's
it.
what's
I
been really
love it.
cool.
Let me rewind a little bit. Like I told you before, I watched the first game. It
Hmm.
was Sparks. I remember that third quarter, and it was a shift. But even before the third quarter, the game had to start. Tell me what you felt the opening night. Walk me through before you got to the arena, when you got to the arena, and after the game.
Wow. So before coming to the arena, I wasn't nervous anymore because the
Okay,
preseason game had already happened.
right.
And when I saw that for a preseason game, there were 18,000 fans, I knew that the opening game was going to be
Sure.
making literal history. So
Mhm.
I felt honored. I felt blessed. I gave all of my thanks to God for this opportunity to be able to have me be a role model. I always say I wanted to be a role model, just didn't know how. So to be
Mhm.
a role model for young Black girls, young girls that are
Mhm.
like told, be quiet, you too loud or whatever, your mouth's going to get you in trouble. Well, hey, this mouth got me to be able to work for one of the top teams in the Bay Area. So it was really taking in all of that. And then once I parked and started to make myself go into the arena that we call a Valhalla, once we made it into Valhalla, there were fans already waiting. And I get there 3 hours early. Fans were
Um,
already waiting outside. They were already shopping. I couldn't even get in to get anything new. I had to wait. But they were it was just the energy was electric. The Bay was there. They were ready for something like this.
mhm.
And then once we transfer going inside, everybody that's working, the staff, like let's not forget the people behind the scenes, from security to game presentation, the folks that are doing the lighting, the people that are making sure you're getting your seat, know where you're going. They were energized. Like everybody wanted to wear Valkyries violet and their shoelaces, their hair, their earrings. It was really electric. And then being able to go and be on the court and see that first, I almost get so like emotional, but like when I got to see that first time of the intro video, it was just like dominance. Like we're here. We're women, we have a voice and we're here. So that was even before the game even started to play ball. But then
Mhm.
once we went into basketball and seeing that the fans were standing up even when we got to that third quarter and we were not winning, and this is a new team. And from my
Mhm.
experience, when you're not winning, sometimes the fans can give up on you. But every single game so far, Chris, I kid you not, it's a standing ovation. The fans stay till the end and they give a standing ovation. So, yeah, that was
Love
it.
it. That was absolutely what I wanted. I wanted to feel like I was there, and you definitely made sure I felt like I was there. But let me go back to something that you talked about earlier. You talked about how you used to work with the WNBA team 4 years ago.
Hmm.
How would you say it's different 4 years ago than it is now?
Yeah, it's a huge difference. So, when I
Mhm.
started, it was during the pandemic. And
Mhm.
so there were no fans. It actually was myself, the DJ, the team, and the media. And you would think, why do they need a host if it's a pandemic? You got the team, you got the vibe of the DJ. But even with the host, it's like I was like the voice of what the fans would be, right?
Mhm.
Like, let's go, you could get it, like, keep it going. So once it reopened in 2020, it took some time to get the fan base back in the building.
Oh yeah.
But once I got to 2023, where it's wide open and people know where they need to go, they should be excited to be back. We weren't even touching the second level of seats. It was
It
it
was
was
tough.
only at the bottom. And it was still a very hard understanding to get people to say, because there's a lot of folks that are like, why would I go to a female or women's basketball game when I can go see the males play, right? And I'm like, well, you got to come because the aggression and the way that they play is different. They're not out there just making 3-pointers. They're
No.
crossing you over. They're breaking ankles. Okay. They're playing with some true aggressiveness. And I think now that we have this opportunity to show what the WNBA is really all about, I've really seen the difference, even in not only the fans, but even in the marketing, how people want to market to everybody, how they want to get people on board. I've definitely seen even our women hosts do a better job at being hype, because there are hosts, and I get it. We're pretty. We're supposed to stand and tell you what, you should go buy from the merch. But that's not me. I want you to feel like you getting up, you're having a ball. I'm in your face. I want you to be like, well, if she could do it, I could do it. That's the vibe. So I've definitely seen a high trajectory of fan base coming to the W, but I'm not going to lie. I did not expect 18,000 plus fans. I mean, you can say you sold 10,000 season tickets. That's one thing that they did. But then now going to an actual game, and it's been the 4th home game, and it's still 18,000. I'm telling you, top to bottom, the 200 level all the way down to courtside. I haven't seen anything like it. So, I've definitely am glad that I get to be a part of that history too, as well, with the W.